Welcome back to the Let's Get Social show in part 2. We're once again joined by video expert Anita Wong. We're going to dive into YouTube Shorts. We're going to look at how to create engaging content for YouTube Shorts and also optimizing your videos. So stay tuned.
So yes, we are back, and welcome back,
we are.
Anita. For part 2, we just felt the conversation went too fast, so we thought we better get you back in and get part 2 on the ball, as I say, and keep everybody motivated, especially me, for being on YouTube. You know, so again, hopefully, if everybody can go over to YouTube, not just go to our podcast, but go to YouTube, subscribe, ring that bell, because I remember that from the last part of our conversation. Wouldn't you agree, Philip? And
100%.
You know, and you're going to be able to see Anita as well.
Exactly.
As well as hear her, you know, if you go to the podcast, which is on Spotify, iTunes, did I say Podbean?
Podbean, Spotify, there's an echo, iTunes, Dublin South FM website.
We're getting to be everywhere.
Yeah.
So Anita, thank you so much. Yeah, Philip was going to talk about something about getting into his shorts.
What was I? Ooh,
yeah.
Well, yes. What a way to get started. Anita, you're great when it comes to YouTube Shorts. Can you just, I suppose, tell businesses and listeners who may not be aware of what a YouTube Short is? Would you explain what it is?
I will, certainly. So hi, everyone. And don't forget that if you are watching on YouTube, to leave a comment if you have a question, because that's something that, you know, one of the things you can do on YouTube is leave a question, leave a comment, and then we can get back to you. So YouTube Shorts are short videos that last up to 60 seconds, but they are vertical in dimension. So a standard YouTube video would be horizontal and longer than usually 60 seconds. Usually it's, you know, they range in length. But YouTube Shorts are a new type of video that YouTube introduced in response, I suppose, to TikTok videos and Instagram Reels to allow creators the opportunity to share shorter, I suppose, more educational, entertaining content. But they do have to be portrait for them to be classed as a YouTube short. So they're placed as such onto what's known as the YouTube Shorts shelf, and it has its own viewing section on YouTube. They can be between anything up to 60 seconds, but YouTube, if you were to create them on their app, divide them up into 15 seconds or 60 seconds. So usually they're anything up to 15, but they can be up to 60. So they are short pieces of information.
Yeah. I find I get a lot more views on my YouTube Shorts than I do on the longer form videos.
Is it because it's kind of new and people are kind of, you know, intrigued, or is it because it just pops up quicker?
Yeah, there's a number of reasons. Number one, if it's your own views, it may be that, you know, it's coming up in people's search, it's being recommended to people. YouTube is actively pushing YouTube Shorts in front of people. And as of the 1st of February, they're actually monetizing YouTube Shorts for creators. So they're actually opening up the partner program to enhance or encourage more creators to come over and start using YouTube Shorts as a format on their channels. But on YouTube as a whole, you can use three different types of video content. You have your pre-recorded video, you have your live streamed video, and then you have your YouTube Shorts video. So there's 3 different types of video content that a creator or a business owner can create for their YouTube channel now. So it's actually broadening the opportunity. And they're all searchable on YouTube.
So with shorts, like, you know, when you're creating, as you say, it's up to 60 seconds. Have you any like tips, like for starting out, say, and creating that up? You know, is it like have a timer because you're going to get cut off? You know,
I
don't know.
mean, there are different apps that you can use. So there's different ways of creating shorts. So you could use the inbuilt YouTube app, which is on the mobile phone. And when you go to the YouTube app on your phone, when you press the plus button, there'll be an option to create a short, and they have like a small studio in there that helps you create a short. So you can record it on there up to 15 seconds or 60 seconds. And there's a few filters and a few little bits. It's still very, it's not as advanced as, say, maybe like Instagram Reels, like when you go in there, you can do all sorts of different things, add stickers and things. It's catching up, and I think they will develop it the more they get really into it. So you can create it in there, or you can just use your mobile phone and just record on your mobile phone.
I'm just having a quick look, actually.
Yeah, you can just record on your normal phone. You can record on your favorite app, but just download it before you publish it so that you don't have the branding on it. That's if you want to sort of so make it on your mobile or use a different app. Of course, you can create it using software, such as there are some softwares out there, like I use wave.video to do a lot of my short creation. Canva helps you create shorts. Any of those sorts of tools can help you create it. And one way, which YouTube have created themselves, is to actually remix your long video into a short video. And only you as the creator, like the channel owner, can do that. So you can do a long video.
I can see that the pop-up, you got to create a short, upload a video,
that's right,
go live.
So but you can do that from so you could be watching this video and there might be something that you find that is actually, there's lots of people watching that bit. You could actually go in and create a short from that clip and take a small clip of it, and YouTube will post it as a short, but it will automatically add a link so that it says it's created from the long video. So that's a really good way.
So it would drive you back to watch.
Yes, it drives you back to the long video. And then you can you can do that on your mobile, but then you can go into your YouTube studio on the desktop and download that and then repurpose it elsewhere. So it's a really good way of generating content. So YouTube shorts are a really good idea to elongate the length of your video, but it's also a really good idea to come up with new ideas. So like you said just now, what sort of ideas could you use? So you could do a listicle type of short. So 3 ideas to do this, or 3 strategies to do that, or 3 ways to talk to a person if you want them to do this. There's all sorts of different ways. So depending on what your profession
people do kind of like those kind of things, don't they? Or 5 tips. I
just recorded one.
Stuff,
I was gonna say 5 social media mistakes to avoid.
Like 5 reasons to upload a video to YouTube. That's one I've just done on my phone.
I will go check that out.
And then I just reel them off. So, and they're quite good because they're quite catchy. People know that they're going to get that, but it's in a short 15 to 60 second video. The beauty is that you can then, obviously you've got a catchy title like you can, but then you can go onto your desktop version and optimize that with the same thing, the description, the keywords and all those sorts of things. So it is quite a good way of stepping into YouTube. But I would encourage you to do long form and short form on YouTube, because I think the short
that way because you can test then and see what's.
And also the short form gives people a very short snippet into what you're doing and what you are about. But a long form video gives you the opportunity to actually really talk to them and interact with them and get them to know you. So they see a quick short one, and then they see the longer version.
So would a short shorts be a good strategy if you're starting out and you haven't got maybe inspiration for doing a longer video? You could do a short one and then build up towards longer.
Or if you're used to creating content on another platform, which is usually short video, don't waste that content, use it on YouTube, but then add to it. So one of my clients is a soap maker, and she does lots of really good reels and TikToks on, how to create a soap and things, or she comes up with this idea of how to create an air freshener from the ends of your soaps and stuff. So she does little short ones, and she's gradually growing. Her views are really good. And I said to her, why don't you do a long video introducing yourself? Because nobody really knows who you are, what drove you to start your business, what inspired you to do it, what gives you that, what makes you want to create soaps and body butters and things. So she did a longer video which introduces herself and her channel, and that's doing really well. So it sort of helps people put a face to the shorter videos, especially if you do a lot of pointing the camera away from you. They don't actually see you, but a lot of people use them, and I can't tell you which type of video would work, because I think it depends on your niche and what's interesting.
Just test, I suppose, as well.
Yeah.
Maybe, test see what works.
Yeah, you test it out, you try it out. I'm in a group with a YouTube group that like with contemporary people, but some of them are gamers, so they put these like little short ones of their game with like Darth Vader thingies, and they're like hundreds of thousands of views. I'm like, oh, really? So
how? Like,
I don't get that. I don't get watching, YouTube videos of people playing games. I mean,
my son loves it. He literally he watches because he's watching guys who are playing FIFA because he wants to see do they have or the I suppose the
Minecraft and all those things.
And is there any kind of any cheats that they can find? Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, Anita, would you find, based on your experience, that, for example, for a business who either feel I don't have time to make long videos, or I'm nervous that maybe a YouTube short is the way into it, as in it only 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah, definitely.
Talk about the pain points, and there you go, quick and easy.
And it gives you the opportunity to share what you're doing and still share that message without having the nerves of being on camera and and then gradually work your way in front of the camera. You can do lots of like pointing away. You can, because that's another way. You just point the camera away from you at what you're talking about. And your voice is still there, and they can still get to know you through your voice, and and then you step in front of the camera, and you can try different things out. Try different ways of doing your videos. Try creating them in apps that create them for you. Try doing talking head. Try doing point and shoot. All sorts of different ways. Try bringing your dog into the camera. It really just varies, and that's why the analytics is good, because then you can see what views you're getting. Are you getting any subscribers from that type of video? So if it's a particular topic you're talking about, like I've been doing a lot of what do you do with short videos, 3 ideas for this, and people seem to want to know those ideas, whereas if you just do one of like a cut out of something and it's not so exciting, that doesn't do as well. So you look at which ones are working and then just sort of like repeat that sort of process.
And then you'd build on that. And then, as you would say, you get to see from the analytics, you can decide, oh, right, how can I improve on that? So like to give yourself the best chance of being found on YouTube, what would you say to what should you be considering, to optimize your opportunities?
Well, definitely, obviously, views, because if you're going to be doing videos and you don't seem to be being seen, that may not be that the content's not good. It may just be that nobody knows you're there yet. So it's about sharing your content onto other platforms to raise that awareness. So on YouTube, one of the things I love about YouTube is it has such good sharing opportunities. When you click share, you can share your videos to all sorts of different platforms: Twitter, Facebook, the blogging platforms, Pinterest. But you can also embed that video onto your website. So you could then do a video, even a short video you can embed onto your website. So you could do you could do a couple of shorts talking about a similar topic, and then write a blog about it. And then, encourage people to come over to your YouTube channel. So it's all about creating this sort of like sequence or circle of that sort of like moving around, and then always have like something the audience to do. So, if you're watching, hit that subscribe button, or if you don't want to do subscribe straight away, I'm getting to know you. Tell me what you do. What you saw my video, what were you looking for that made you click on my video? Was it one part of the video that answered your question, or was it something else, or did somebody tell you? And try to get that up, because it's a really good place to grow a community. And the comments tab, it gives you a real opportunity to have a conversation with them. And YouTube have introduced YouTube handles now, so you can actually tag other people, other creators. So anyone else that's got a YouTube channel will now have a handle, and you can then tag them in the description, and then people can click on that and go to their channel. So you can sort of cross post.
It's sort of becoming more social then.
It is more social. And Exactly.
Give it a shout out nearly, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. And they have a community tab that is underused by lots of creators because it never used to be open to everyone.
Mhm.
But now, as long as you've gone through the verification process on YouTube, in other words, you've email's been confirmed. I think you have to put an ID up if you're a business. There's different levels of information. But once you've done that, you can actually put a post up in the community tab, and that could be an image. You can run polls. You can add links to your videos. You can do little, just a text update. So all these different ways that you can actually grow a community. And then, of course, you can grow a community in YouTube. If you hit a certain level, you can open a membership. You can, you can sell your products through linking a shop to your channel. There's all sorts of different things that you can do as a business owner. But everybody started at the same place, which was 0 views and zero subscribers. So don't compare yourself to the ones that have got like thousands and thousands of subscribers, because we all started at the same place.
Yeah, that's so true, because you know what I mean? Like we've had people like, who are great on video like yourself. We had, do you remember Christian Hull? We had him on, Philip, and he had thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, wasn't it, with YouTube? Because he picked topics that resonated with his audience. Like he used to put up videos about being a mom, and especially during lockdown, which I thought was, do you remember that lockdown?
I know.
And we were all
just in memory.
channels, and it was great to hear his opinion. Like yourself, he was saying, don't compare yourself to anyone else. And
it's just patience, I suppose.
It is patience.
Keep going.
And they do say to niche, and I understand that, and I do recommend that you stick to one subject, but don't niche too narrowly that you restrict the audience coming in. So video marketing, like I do YouTube, but I also do video marketing on things that happen on Instagram and things that happen on Facebook and things to do with
it's all visual, and it's all going to be video goes across the board.
So it all links in. But if you just say, I'm only going to talk about one thing, then although there is billions and billions of people on the planet, not all of them are looking for just that one thing. But you'll find that you'll attract somebody through a video that you didn't think they were looking for. And then because they're searching, YouTube will suggest it, and it might happen to be your video, or it's suggested next to someone else's video. So broadening your niche a little bit helps you go into your suggested videos. So YouTube will give a viewer a video, but then under that, like Philip said earlier, that will suggest another video and another video and another video. So it's good to get into that suggested line as well, so that you can get found through other people's content.
Just because you quite rightly said, Anita, because it is so powerful, the YouTube analytics is quite incredible. Would you be able to kind of do a little bit of just a dive in what businesses can find out from their analytics, and maybe as well for business who are not aware, the importance of maybe watch time, that whole around watch time, and being able to see when people are falling off from a video and what that means. Maybe you need to put in a call to action, or just watch your dead space, or whatever it might be.
So if I've just opened up my desk, like my mobile YouTube studio, because they give you analytics on your mobile. There's a YouTube studio app that you can download, and then you've obviously got the one on the desktop. The desktop, you can go into a lot more layers, but just generally looking, you would look at your views. So obviously the views, when you upload a video, you look and you go, the views are this, and you look at your subscribe. That's what most people look at. The video's had like 10 views, or it's had 100 views, or it's had 1,000 views, and then you look at your subscribers going up. Watch time is by hours, and it's really, that's to do with YouTube wanting you to stay on the platform. The longer you as a creator keep people watching on the platform, the longer YouTube has the opportunity to sell to them, and you do as well, I suppose. So obviously the watch time grows the more people are interested in your content. So the longer they stay on the platform, the more they're engaged. I would say that if you're looking at individual performance of each individual video, when you go into the actual video and the analytics, you can actually see whether the audience was engaged in the first 30 seconds, whether there's any bits that people go back over. So,
Yeah.
like sometimes if you're talking about a particular, if I was doing a how-to video, I'd be going, oh, and then you have to click this button.
Yeah.
And sometimes you move through it quickly, and then you'll see that people keep going back to that same spot because they're looking at where you're going. So it's just repeating.
That probably would help you to sort of go, well, I was speaking too fast there. So
it could do, or it might just be a really important part of the video that they're really interested in, and they might just want to rewatch it. They might not have fully understood what you were saying, or they needed to hear it again. And you see spikes, and then you see drop-offs, but generally speaking, you'll see it's really good to keep somebody in the first 30 seconds. There's always going to be people find you, and then it's always going to sort of go down, but then it will go up when people are looking, and then it will go up, and there's different spikes, which is why I think it was last week I was talking about the thumbnail. When you're looking now, it actually, you don't see the thumbnail very often. It automatically moves into that first part of the video. So it's a really interesting article about whether the autoplay is actually taken over from that, and what do we do as creators to enhance that. Because I know that there was a lot of long introduction before into who the creator was and what they did and everything, and now you'll see that a lot of people are going straight into what the topic is they're doing, what you're going to get out of the video, and then either go straight into it or then introduce themselves and things like that.
And I was going to say, when YouTube put up ads on your video, do they tell you, or do they just put it in wherever they feel they put it?
So I don't know the exact date for that, but it changed last year. I think it was sort of end of summer last year. YouTube decided to monetize every video on the channel, on the platform.
Oh, right.
So if you don't hit the partner program, so basically the partner program threshold, which as it stands is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours on a long form video. And to be completely correct, I think it's 10 million views over 90 days on a short form video. Then you get to turn on the monetization of ads, and you get a revenue from it. But if you're below that, YouTube have chosen to place ads on any creator's video. So some people are working towards hitting the partner program level to turn ads off, because they prefer to deliver their videos without ads. And of course you can buy the YouTube Premium, which then allows you to watch videos without ads as well. But most people have the free version. So the revenue is not massive, but that obviously goes on views. So if you are a partner in the partner program, you do get a small commission from the ads that are played, and you decide then whether you want ads on your videos or not.
So how long does it take you to be a millionaire then?
A long time. I mean, obviously if you've got millions and millions and millions of views and millions of subscribers, you're going to get a reasonable revenue from the ads. But when you're a creator, most of the revenue you get if you're working towards the partner program to be a YouTuber come from brand work and other incomes off-site. But if you're using YouTube as a business to raise brand awareness for your business, it's about being consistent, showing up regularly, increasing those views through looking at your analytics, making sure that you're answering what your audience wants, and including that all important call to action. So there are places on YouTube that you can add that call to action in to help people take action and get in touch with you, buy your product, download your freebie and things like that.
So when it means to posting, we talk about, on the different other platforms, if you're posting on LinkedIn and Facebook, you certain times a week, what is your suggestion regarding uploading video, whether it's shorts or, normal YouTube? I'm not even going to mention live, but, how often would be a good rule of thumb for people to be consistent,
to be consistent? I always say try to do one video a week.
Right.
If you exclude YouTube shorts, I would say if you can do one video a week to your audience on YouTube, then that is enough for you to let YouTube learn more about you, and you learn more about your audience.
Yeah.
And then obviously the more you know about your audience, the more you can then choose to step into uploading maybe a few more. I currently do 1 or 2 long form videos a week, and maybe 1 or 2 shorts. But some of those shorts are made from the long form videos. Sometimes I'm quite spontaneous with my videos. So sometimes if I see something that I want to share, I'll just record it and share it, you know, or I'll go live and I'll do it. One of the things I want to do is do more live video, try and get a show going so that but I'm just playing around with the times at the moment. So you can look at your analytics to see where your audience is from. So you consistently upload once a week for a while, and then maybe in 3 months' time, look at your analytics and go, right, so where is my audience from? Which geographical area are they from? Which time zones are they working on? And then see whether you need to...
So if they're all Australian, you have to get up very, very
well, no, because you can
early to do a live.
You can schedule the video.
You can schedule them. Yeah, of course, live videos.
No, it was live. You'd have to get up early.
Live, you have to do it. But I mean, a lot of my audience are in the States, so I tend not to put anything on YouTube until after lunchtime, because then that takes into consideration the UK-based audience and also the American audience. But YouTube will give you that data. So the more you feed YouTube with content, the more that it will give back to you. So I can see...
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, on my data, what day of the week, when people are more active, like when my subscribers are normally on, and then I can schedule my content to go out around that time, and then share it. I mean, I share when I put a video up on YouTube, I email my email list. I share it to Twitter. I share it to WhatsApp, actually, and my status on WhatsApp seems to bring a lot of people to my videos at the moment.
Right.
And, you know, and then I try to do a blog from it, or a LinkedIn newsletter, and I'll embed it into there. So there's lots of different ways that you can use that one piece of video and repurpose it a lot of times. So that one piece of video that you're creating for that week, you can use to create a blog, short snippets in Twitter, short updates in Instagram and Facebook. So there's lots of things you can do with that one video. It's just trying to get into the mindset of going, right, I need to do a video once a week about my business and what I want to offer.
And I think we just said, Anita, there at the early start of our second conversation here, is I think if businesses are, I suppose, don't set themselves, we're going to be like the next Mr. Beast who gets 56 million views every video. I think if you
that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It would, but I think you have to start. It's the same with, say, blogging or any of the social channels. If people don't see, they're not getting engagement. This doesn't work. But yet, if you ask Mr. Beast, or you watch any of his interviews, he said he did 100, 200 videos and they got no reactions, and then suddenly something clicked, you know. And I think it is patience and consistency and just staying engaged.
Plus you get better, because you know when you start out, you know, I'd say, Anita, if you were to look back on some of the videos that you created at the start, oh good.
I know, one of my best, I think it is actually my best performing video. I actually discovered something, and I came in, I was downstairs, we've got a chandelier downstairs, so all the lighting's off, my camera's down here, and I've got to share this with you, blah 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 blah, and just whacked it up, and it's like got over 250,000 views. But I'd never take it off, because that's what catapulted my, like, I got to do YouTube more, you know. It was that but it's also just, yes, you know, like you say, eventually you'll never hit perfection, because there'll always be something that you want to do differently.
Exactly.
You know, so it's just, as long as you deliver your message and people can hear you, that's important. Because if they come onto YouTube and they can't hear you, then it's difficult. Although there are, you know, YouTube is making it a lot easier now. There is auto captions that you can switch on. They can also get the transcript off of YouTube, so you can actually see what people are saying. But that aside, people aren't going to come back and engage with your content or know that your content quality is good for them to keep coming back for if you haven't got those sort of basics set up. So those are really important, to just make sure that if you can have those done. And then try out the editing. If you make...
I was going to ask you about that, because you just hear about people. Is it edit within YouTube, or do you use other...
No, I use the third party. You can edit in YouTube, but it's very hard and it's not that sophisticated. So it's more if there's something in there that you can trim at the end or something like that. But generally speaking, I'll use a third-party software. Most computers have them built in. So if you're on a Mac, you've got iMovies. If you're on the XP, I think you've got something built into that. But other than that, I use Camtasia, Movavi, and then I use Wave.video a lot. Sometimes they don't all do what you want them to do, so you do have to use a couple. On the mobile, I use video. I think it is that. Yeah,
I've recently put CapCut on mine.
Video Shop it is. Yeah,
but so you've used Philip, haven't you?
Yeah, I love CapCut. Yeah, I do all my captioning through CapCut, which is great. You know.
So there's lots of things on the market that you can play around with, and you'll find one that you like using, and you just keep going back to that all the time. So and you get yourself into an order of what to do.
Well, it's hard to believe, but that's the second show has come to an end.
That just went too fast.
I know. And Anita, obviously, out of complete courtesy and respect for you as well for coming on the show, would you tell listeners and everyone on YouTube your YouTube channel and obviously your website where people can go and find more about you?
Yes.
Yeah. So my YouTube channel is Anita Wong. So if you type that into YouTube, I do come up, and my website is called Anita Wong as well. And
really? Surprise.
That's great branding.
Good. I like it.
Very great. I mean, my company name is Bommy Media, but there's a little bit of a story to that because I was born in Australia.
Right.
And Bommy is when the waves break out at sea. So, and then with surfing the internet, I sort of linked the two together. So, so there is a little bit of history behind it, but I tend to go by my personal brand nowadays because most people from YouTube and from just networking, they know me by me. And so you can find me on there, my website, obviously. And
it's much more and
on social
tips.
On social. Well, LinkedIn, YouTube, and my website really are the main sort of places that I'm trying to hang out at the moment.
Well, no, it's been brilliant. It's been brilliant. Listen, thank you so much, Anita, for doing both shows to take us through. It's been great. And no doubt we may be speaking again because YouTube is constantly evolving and changing. So we might have to get you back on later on. So,
well, she is the YouTube expert.
Well, absolutely.
You know? And it's great that she's come on our YouTube.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will get more growth. And as Emer said, you know, if you liked this video, do subscribe and hit the notifications so you get notified when we do more shows. And and you can catch all the other shows on the podcast. Isn't that right, Emer?
That's right. We have a bit of work to do now. I'm thinking, you know, with our YouTube channel, we better go check our analytics and see where people are coming in.
Yeah.
It's also good for your listeners to put a face to the names and the voice.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, it's great for them to be able to see you now and you know, actually connect with you. So yeah.
I mean, as I say, we had always said we at some stage we would, and here we are. So it's, you know.
And before we go, if you like this video or any of the other videos on our YouTube, leave a comment.
Yes, please.
If there's anything you'd like. And if you prefer to email inquiries@dublinsouthfm.ie, we'd love to get your ideas for future shows. So keep in touch.
And not forgetting the podcast, Philip, so they can listen on the go. Check us out on Podbeam, iTunes, Spotify, and the Dublin South FM website.
So thank you again, Anita. It's been fantastic. And thank you to everyone watching or listening. Take care.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.